Why is it not February 28th right now? Hello, my fellow hunters. Okay, alright. Out of nowhere, we get an Ajarakan and Rompopolo hunt, and that means Oilwell Basin. So, yes, gameplay of the two new monsters, but perhaps even more interestingly to me, we're seeing the new map, some of its zones, its layout, its oily goodness. Maybe a hint of tentacle should appear, if only. Okay, so let's get into this focus and examine. We'll of course be bringing you every little tiny detail, but already I can tell there's, I don't know why I'm saying it, like, I can tell there's going to be some new exciting stuff. Gee, you think, on an entirely new gameplay, on an entirely new map for the first time. That's a crazy call. Let's get into this then. It's from IGN, and as we can see, initially the map is still being optimized, so any little wobbles are certainly not final. So we see our Ajarakan, who's waiting in this lovely, drippy canyon chasm. Like, it's so imposing. Like, the atmosphere of it, the gravitas, bomb beetles, love to see it, and the actual hunter. So what's interesting here is a couple things. Firstly, we're wearing Rompopolo armor, which is really, really fun. It's like a big, puffy, oily jacket. I should say, by the way, I am literally reacting to this for the first time, seeing it right now, going through it. None of this is any kind of pre-knowledge or anything. In any case, we see immediately this auric oil, so obviously that's probably the actual oil that it is in as a pool, and then we get to start this Ajarakan hunt. Lovely little sneak attack. And that is a massive bar of white sharpness, but also it's cool to see a massive bar of white sharpness. And Ajarakan himself looking phenomenal. I love the kind of crusty, rocky exterior that he's got. It's incredibly imposing, and God, he sorry, I shouldn't just laugh at him, but this little podgy salamander-looking dude, he's actually like, he's so great. Oh, we've seen like a glimpse of him squaring off with the Oilwelly raptors, I believe. But like, oh my God, he gives me big capybara impressions. Just doesn't give a damn. Just sat there next to any kind of predator, and they're just happy. All right, they don't mind. They'll actively be trying to be eaten by something, and they'll just ignore it. Oh. So the actual map itself then, it's hard to tell with just the mini-map, but it looks like it's going to be very, very cavernous. And Mr. Ajarakan himself here, big old smashing blows, a lot of rockness. Oh, that roar! Oh, and then he's slapping his own rocky shell with his tail to ignite himself like a drum! That's the coolest! Holy Gog, that's the coolest! Wow! Okay, I am a big fan of that, because initially, I will admit that I think aesthetically, like how he physically looks, Ajarakan is probably my least favorite new monster, but as always with monsters, as soon as you see them do their thing, wow, that little slide forward, he is brutal! The lines of exploding fire. And this guy is just kind of middle tier in the oil well. Holy damn. That is incredibly impressive. And the new Oilwelly Raptor came running in and got immediately slammed out. So this is, from the looks of things, the fallow of the oil well. The fire spring hasn't happened, and then oh my God! That is so cool! Look at that! It explodes! That's like a fire version of Rashag's Thunderball! But like the grinding, whirring sound as it goes off. Oh! So a Kranadath is, from the looks of it, the name of the new Raptor, and Blast Blight! Alright, I mean, you know, it was going to happen, but it is nice to actually see it pop up, and yeah, that did some brutal damage to our hunter friend. The heated shell. Oh, one of the zones with the forged constructs in that you can, like, slam out. That's so exciting. What an incredible zone. And things look like they're actually kind of heating up. Is this post the fire spring? So you can actually use it. We're luring it in front of him. And then the ancient forge. Woo! God damn! I did not actually miss, though. I feel like it might have missed. He certainly didn't react too much. This is just beautiful. I feel like we're really going to love this map. This feels like the map that doesn't have the initial, like, oh, it's so pretty. Oh, he's got a clash holding both hands against it. That's going to be insane with the great sword. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of nuanced detail and appreciation to be discovered on the Oilwell. It's the sparks that get me. The Ajarakan with his rocky carapace against the rocky ground. The force of his attacks grinding and the sparking is just so impactful. And then him creating these little, like, magma pools, slapping them onto his chest, applying more of his rockiness, doing his swinging on Zone 7 from the looks that has these little bridges in, getting knocked down. Hang on a second, let's just rewind that. Let's have a little look here. What's the speed that... Okay, yeah, so all of them do go on one by one, so it's the post changes to the bow, but that was very quick. That was like da-da-da-da-da. So that's really interesting. So obviously he is sword and shielding and bowing alternatively, but... Oh, is it a grab? So intimidating! Oh, and he's just heating up massively, and then punches you into a melted puddle of magma on the floor! That is incredible! Seeing the timer on Blast Bite at the top left so you know when you're going to explode is also really interesting. And it feels so weird in a Monster Hunter context. I will say, again for context, that they got to play for about 5-6 hours, but then they said, and we got to do some Rompopolo and Ajarakan hunts. So I am wondering if Ajarakan and Rompopolo are naturally found beyond the first 6 hours of the game, which I do think is quite curious, because if it's the third locale, you could see you kind of getting there, depending on how much you meander, of course. Oh, what a zone, what a fight. Like, genuinely. The little salamander dude punching away in the background. So fun. Oh, it does look like there's a lot of thin bridges and passageways, and the actual oil itself, of course, being fairly deep. Interesting. I wonder how actually inhibitive it's going to be. Oh no. Oh! 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 Did it happen? Is that... Huh? Oh, come on, you can't, no! You can't do that! You can't do that! Oh my god, that really caught me off guard! The black flame, his tentacles just casually creeping in from the side next to this guy being like, meh. And obviously they had to cut it because Black Flame gameplay, I doubt, is ready to be shared yet. And God, I love Monster. I love Monster so much. I am so happy. Look at it! That's so creepy. The fact it can just kind of slither in, obviously, from off screen. And the tentacles start feeling out what you're doing. Oh, that's just... Oh my god, what's the minimap look like? Yeah, look, you can see he's seen you. And then the actual symbol there. Oh, Black Flame. Yeah, look, you can just see him approaching on the minimap, slithering in the background. That's actually so alarmingly creepy. What a cool thing to have happened. Oh, my days. I am absolutely over the moon at that. I really am. And I love that they had to get rid of him and then go back to the Ajarakan like, whoop, that didn't happen. Okay. Oh, a pure wasp as well. I assume that just clears all your blights and such. Exploding back out, and off we go. I have to assume that this is low rank, and the fact that he's in Rompopolo armor would imply to me that you hunt Rompopolo before Ajarakan. So there's certainly something in that. Oh, just seeing more wilds hunting. Oh, the little, like, explosive throwing rocks. Yeah, big blast blighty, sparky, explodey is really nice. I like that they're not just going for, like, gouts of flames and, you know, a big, heaty, fiery angle, because that's kind of Black Flame's thing. This is much more like raw, stone on stone, and the heat that it creates. Like, proper Rock Monkey is a really, really good call. And the way he uses his tail, I still can't get over that drum on his back to activate his enraged fiery mode. God, I bet there's so much here. The tail gun, which is always nice to see. He's so, like, raw and visceral, which is just kind of how every monster is in this game, and something I really, really like. Okay, we did just get a warning to watch your feet in the oil slit, so I assume it very much can mess with you. Maybe you can slip, slow you down, so on and so forth. Getting a little carve on the tail, that's what you want. Even just how the oil looks and the effect of walking through it. And even it just coating the bottom of the secret. Like, that probably sucks for the secret. So Zone 6 then, its actual nest from the looks. So it's a fairly big nest. Like, all of this jangled, mangled, molten metal and clearly structures, but long since lost its form and purpose. Just globbed into the background. Like, that's so amazing. Oh, what a ridiculously good vibe and aesthetic for a map. Oh, and then he's back up on the swing. Of course he can swing in his lair, that makes sense. They want to give the monsters the home turf advantage when you force them back in to their nest. Oh, I wish we could have seen the full turf war between him and Rompopolo, but hey, maybe in the Rompopolo hunt, because we still have that to have a good old oogle at. Oh, it's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. As is seeing the bow in action. I wish we could probably look at the armor skills and everything going on under the hood. Is he actually going to do a blast explosion? Okay, no. He felt like he almost went into the ground there. The fact that he's creating such melting magma pools to douse his shell and then immediately get it cancelled with damage. Oh, that's so sad. I feel like he might not be long for this world. Oh. Yeah. Wow, I have really got up in my estimation for Ajarakan. He has a lot of brutal personality, and trying so hard to hold on, and then he loses so much strength that the weight of his own rocky carapace makes him fall straight backwards.
Thank you for watching our
that is just... I mean, that's the kind of detail that you watch Monster Hunter for. It really, really is. This is just great to see. Let's check out then Rompopolo. Don't skimp on steak, everyone. Here we are then, Rompopolo. Oh! Look at him properly in game. He's just so... like, He's so... He definitely... If he does not win the freakiest award for Wilds, I don't know what will. Okay, here everything is definitely calm in the Oilwell Basin. I love that we've not even engaged the monster, and they're like, my life flashing before my eyes. Oh, alright, let's see what this mosquito oil brute bug. Oh, it's just so gnarly, the sacks. Like, there has to be an upper limit on how many inflatable sacks one monster can have. And the kind of thin, beaky, flick-out tongue is just... Okay, him injecting poisonous gas into the oil so it explodes upwards underneath you is just amazing. And then doing it everywhere. Oh... That's just wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. He's actually kind of smaller than I initially thought he might be, seeing him in proper gameplay like this. Get ourselves a lovely little mount. I still can't get over that Black Flame cameo. Like, that is just... Oh... I do wonder what the size of him will properly be without, like, trailer cinematic angles and so on and so forth. Rompopolo's not having the best time here. God damn, it's just all so brutal. Even the two little down sort of stabby bits on his beak. Like, this is something out of nightmares, but he's also just a tiny bit silly, because how can something made of sacks not be a tiny bit silly? Yeah, look, seeing all of the hanging areas for Ajarakan, but it's all like cooled off and dark and the proper oily fallow is really, really sweet. So now he's leaking the kind of poisony steam because he's very, very upset. And of course, when you get very, very upset, you have to leak poisonous steam out all of your many inflating body sacs. Oh! He is the kind of monster that is like the most, thanks, I hate it, you are disgusting, and I love you, you know? That kind of thing. Oh my god, the raptors with their mouths open fully! Look at that! That's so, oh my god, their faces are just, oh! They've got like these little like flesh-looking crests with it coming off the top, like the little opening flower tops. Jesus! They look like they've got little flesh heads, like the whole bone crest comes away to make 4 separate panels, and then they've got this bright red snapping mouth head underneath. That is brutal. And still, salamander pudgy dudes in the background, telling you, capybaras, they don't get. There's literally a turf war between 2 of the most powerful creatures that live in their environment, and they're over there like, ugh, one of those days. Also, this is really nice. They're having a little bit of a cuddle. They're having a little bit of a, you know, a hug. I'm pretty sure it's a hug, right? It's a hug, right? This is what's happening. It's a hug. It gets 15 points, does this hug. What a ridiculous freeze frame. Oh! The back-breaking squeeze to force puff out all of his gas. Oh my god. And all the oil dripping from the ceiling as well. So, the question is then, who distinctly won? If we have a little proper look back then. So initially, he jumps on top, and then it pulls him up into the back-breaking hug. Okay, so there's the big puff of poison, which just poisoned the Ajarakan instantly. But then a big 300 blast damage down on Rompopolo. So it seems like Rompopolo gets the big meaty damage hit, but Ajarakan does pay by getting poisoned, which eventually would do as much damage. But it does admittedly look like Ajarakan is the superior combatant. And seeing one of the pure vigor wasps over there as well, the pure wasp to get rid of your ailments, that's really nice. A cool blue vigor wasp, that's a really cool look. And this is Rompopolo turf. Oil silt spouts. Hit an oil silt spout with combustible objects like torch pods to ignite it and cause a huge explosion. That's amazing. I probably wouldn't stand in the middle of it, though. Oh, and just seeing the oil pouring in through the tubes. Oh. I'll be honest, I expected... Okay, yeah, there we go. Wow. That was more damage than a Ajarakan did to it in the turf war. The tongue, though! Ah! The blast of poison! Oh my god, I can't wait to face it myself. And that's one hell of a heavy bowgun. Damn! That is so cool. It's like a proper cannon. I am very, very impressed with that. Look at that! The adorning, like, wing-esque hide on the side. That's really, really amazing. I wonder if this is then Rompopolo's nest, or if it's just one of the most particularly oily zones. I mean, it's zone 10, so we know Oilwell's still at least fairly large. I imagine it probably goes up to 15 or so. And the sound of it, too. Alright, so we've got our shock trap down. Big singular poison explosion from Rompopolo. He does seem definitely more approachable. You can kind of see why I actually think now, yeah, he is probably sort of the approachable lowest tier, your first hunt in the oil well, and then Ajarakan really kind of steps it up with his aggression and damage, perhaps afterwards. I really thought they were a lot more even on first seeing them both, but from now actually watching them have some gameplay, I definitely think Ajarakan and Rompopolo aren't the most even. If you could actually just go into that shock trap, it's important that we check every monster's electrocuted animation, because I think that's a very, very critical and crucial thing to being able to properly like it. Ooh. Alright, I think we might be going into the fire spring. And the poison turning into the more like strong violet during that was amazing. Everything burning now, the oil bubbling. The steam on Rompopolo is so much more intense now. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty good electrocuted. That's a pretty good help me, I'm suffering, I'm in a lot of pain jiggle. I love Alma in the background paying close attention to that wall like, yeah, yes, interesting rock formation. So how's that Rompopolo? Oh, he's limping. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, Rompopolo. That has to win the award for best name. You'd think that it'd be Rompopolo that would have the kind of herdiness as opposed to the Ajarakans that we've seen working together based on the kind of strength. No. Oh! The fall in the oil, the covering. Oh no, all of his sacks are popped and deflated! That is the saddest thing I've ever seen. It's also really, like, upsetting me because that looks like just a lot of loose skin. Wow, Rompopolo, you've seen better days. Okay, good. He's refreshing himself. Thank Gog. Talking of Gog, please let us get a Gog Mazios in all of this oil. He would just love it. Oh, wow. This more open area. Still the lake of oil, but seeing the sky above and it widening out. That is lovely. And it's zone 3, so I assume this is close to the actual base when it comes to it. Oh, the little four-faced flesh raptors getting involved. I can't deal with them. I want a close look at one of them so badly. They really are just fascinating. Incredible designs, but I feel like everything on the oil well, except of course, you know, Black Flame, because he's perfect and gorgeous, is just a freaky little monster dude. And I'm not against that at all. Having a freaky little monster dude map like the Rotten Vale is great, but bloody hell. Oh. And there he goes. Oh, he is all deflated again. Look at the bloody raptor. The teeth. All of his fleshy bone flaps. I need to stop saying that. It just seems... Oh. Pass over the raptor? Pass over the... Yeah, so it is the Cranodath. And then Rompopolo. Bloody hell. Yeah, look at it. So that gnarly face, the red crest, the massive teeth, and then those little, like, bone flaps that opened up like your classic frilled dinosaur. Yeah, that is a vicious raptor for Oilwell. I am a big fan of that. Oh... So there you go then, guys. My initial reaction, and I'm sure there is lots more to take in and notice and dissect, but look... Being excited and happy is the way to go when greeted with brand new Wildsy goodness. Mr. Hollow Aaron will be with you for some more detailed looks. I want to stay as unabsorbed as possible for Cotton's benefit, of course. And yeah, wow. Until next time then, like you've enjoyed this, let me know which of the two you now lean towards as your favourite, having seen them actually fight. Subscribe and hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future channel on Patreon down below, and I can't wait for Wilds! Goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.